you established an estate plan? Do you know that even if you have not yet established your estate documents, you already have an estate plan? For many people, this topic is the big elephant in the room and is a challenge for most of us. But if you own assets, regardless of how much you have an estate plan and you need to plan for it. Eganberger and Weiner LLC financial advisor Carmen Wu is here to explain exactly how we can plan for our estates. Welcome back, Carmen.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, this seems like something that, the Trumps only need to talk about, but everybody needs an estate plan, but we don't talk about it because it's emotional. Why is it so emotional?
Well, estate planning, as you know, most of us have a difficulty in actually addressing it because it deals with passing your assets when you die.
Right.
So, as a financial planner, I know the importance of it. So estate planning is part of my financial process. And I have found that if I break down the estate planning process, that elephant in the room is much more easily discussed.
Okay.
So, when you are looking at estate planning, basically you hire an attorney and you try to establish, this is the beginning of it, get a will, medical directive, durable power of attorney, and those are just some of the basic documents that you may need. Others may need more than those documents, but to get started, that's really what you need to look at. Now, the viewers need to keep this in mind that I am not giving specific legal or tax advice.
Because everybody's different and every situation is different.
Absolutely. And what they need to do is make sure that when they get this information, if they do have questions, to contact their tax and legal advisor to talk about their specific situation.
And it's never too early to sort of incorporate the experts in the field to really help you make your decisions.
Not.
So you talked about sort of the basics, but what is the best way to actually start this and educate yourself on how to create that plan? Because I sort of feel like it's one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. So how do you start educating yourself?
Absolutely. And the one thing that you need to start with is, first of all, get a picture of your financial situation. What is it that you have, right? And you start with actually making a list of all the assets that you own and everything that you owe. And it's really that simple to try to get an idea of what your estate looks like. Once you have that picture in mind, it actually is also helpful because you start creating a benchmark from which you can actually measure your financial progress on an annual basis. And so you see how your assets are growing every single year. That's where you start. Once you have an idea of that and you actually you should get a financial plan. You take that over to an attorney and they will be able to assist you and direct you in terms of what documents you need to establish.
Should this really be an annual thing that we go through? This is an assessment that once we create the plan, we should assess it every year?
A financial plan should be reviewed every single year, yes, because it does give you it's a progress report, if you will. So.
Now, how do we plan for the future? Do we plan linearly? Should we look at our end goal first? What do you recommend?
Well, again, once you have a picture of what your financial plan looks like.
Start with today.
Start with today. And once you get an idea of that, in order to look to the future and see what you want to do, as you see your assets grow and you review it with your trusted financial advisor, certainly if there needs to be any changes to your estate plan, then at that point in time, you want to review your estate plan every 3 to 5 years, or anytime you have a major change in your life.
Okay, so marriages, divorces, children, other dependents that come into the picture.
Inheritance that you might receive or something to the effect, yes.
Excellent.
Those are the times.
Now, you have some things that people always hear about, but maybe you can explain exactly what they are. There's probate, a simple will, and a durable power of attorney. Those things are things that we hear talked about all the time, but what are they? And I'm dealing with probate right now, and I still don't really understand what it is.
Well, probate is basically a legal process that you go through. It's a state court process that is supervised to make sure that your will is administered and it's passed on properly, okay? And if you don't have a will, you're actually forfeiting your ability to actually designate who's going to get your assets.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. So probate.
So that's the first thing. What about a simple will?
A simple will is nothing more than a legal document that helps you designate who will get your assets once you pass away.
And durable power of attorney.
A durable power of attorney basically allows you to designate a representative who will be able to conduct some financial
Decisions on your behalf.
some financial decisions on your behalf, and it actually helps you in case you become disabled or you're not able to make those
Somebody
decisions.
can make the decision for you.
Somebody can make it for you.
Excellent.
So it's important to have a durable power of attorney.
Thank you so much, Carmen, for always educating us, and people can find out more at Eganberger Weiner LLC.
Yes.
Great. Thanks so
you.
much.
You're welcome.
More Let's Talk Live's coming up. Stick with us right here.